Good afternoon. My name is Abraham. I'm Abes School of Motoring. I teach people how to drive in the United Kingdom, London, just outside London. Some people just say they don't know what the United Kingdom is. They just know London. That's why I'm saying London. But it's just a little bit outside London, a place called Swindon. And today I have just decided to start teaching people or showing people how we drive here, because I've been teaching different people from different countries, and they tell me stories about how they drive in their country, and it looks very different when they come here and I teach them how to drive. Some say we are good, some say we are bad here. So the best thing is just to compare and contrast. I recently went to Kenya and I met my friend there, and we decided we're going to do a compare and contrast. How people drive here and how people drive in Kenya. And that's why I'm taking this video. So we're going to start, and we're going to start with roundabouts, maybe dual carriageways, and see how people behave on junctions as we go. We want to make it as live as possible. Thank you. The reason I'm doing this video is so that we can make our roads safe. A lot of people are killed in road accidents just because maybe they did a mistake that is possibly we can be able to correct it or train them in a way that they should drive. And if everybody is safe and in the full control of their vehicle, then we're not going to have so many accidents on the road. Or if we can get rid of them, the better. Thank you. Now, the first thing we're going to do is to get out of this road. This is a car park. We are turning left. And as you can see, there is a sign there that says give way. I think this is worldwide. We don't have another sign that would say otherwise. So we are giving way to the cars on the main road there. And we are turning left. So I'll move off. I'll check the central mirror, left mirror, and I'll signal left. The reason why I'm explaining all this is because I am a driving instructor. So you might hear me talking about mirrors, signals, and everything. And as we approach the traffic light, as you can see, the traffic light here is red, and I'm turning left. So I'll check mirror, central, left, then signal left. And we have to stop at the traffic light. Some countries, people don't stop for the traffic light. They just go. Here now is green, so I have to go. And everybody else will stop. And in front of me, there is a roundabout here. At this roundabout, we are turning right, third exit. Turning right, I have to go to the right lane. So I'll check mirror and signal right.
So the people right now, we are along Kagundo Road. And this is the roundabout. There's a roundabout here to Buruburu, right? So above the road ahead is Outer Ring Road. So yeah, I can see that.
So the cars in front of me here, the one on the right should go to the right. Other people say in the roundabout, you just dip in there and just go wherever you're going. Other people can sort themselves out.
This was one of the longest flyover before expressway. So yeah, you're going to show you guys how Kenyans drive.
In this country, in London, UK, a place called Swindon, people have to follow the lanes that they are supposed to follow. I have clicked my signal to the right, and I'm staying to the right. As you can see, the car on the left is going left. The white car is going right that I'm following.
So as you can see, in Kenya, we normally say keep left unless overtaking. So because those, as I said, we drive on the right side of the road, but this is especially on service lane, it's hardly respected, and one of the main reasons is you'd find a matatu. You saw a matatu on the side parked, but that's it's not a bus stop. And the great thing is in Kenya, a police or fine, you'll get it when the police sees you or when the police sit. Ideal. Yeah. Chances are high to never get to you'll never go to government.
And I'm gonna stay on the left lane, the most left lane here. You can use either. The lights are green, so I'll go. And the lights in front of me, they are pedestrian crossing lights. They are green, I'll carry on going. My lane is merging to the right. So I'll check mirrors and I'll signal. And that car is slowing down for me. Some car, I am gonna go to 70 miles an hour, check mirrors, signal, little blind spot. And this is the road I'm talking about. It is the motorway M4, going all the way from London to Wales.
See how that matatu is joining the road from the most farthest road, most farthest lane.
So many miles. As you can see here, Bristol, it says 40 miles an hour, Cardiff 76 miles an hour. So as I'm heading, I have to use this lane. If I want to overtake, I'll go to the middle lane, and if there is someone on the middle lane, I'll go all the way to the right lane. As you can see, when they overtake, they have to come back to the middle lane, then to the left lane. The maximum speed you drive on this road is supposed to be 70. Some people, of course, drive a little bit quicker.
So this is another roundabout. Here's K South. Kariobangi. This is Kariobangi?
Kariobangi South.
Kariobangi South, yes. This is one of the areas where we have light industries. This is where the name Juakali, if you don't know Juakali artisan, this is where the name came from. So mother is driving. You guys.
We have matatu madness.
We have matatu madness. So yeah, we should be on the other lane, but still okay to be on this lane. Let's see how this matatu is trying to maneuver. See that? Interesting. So the reason why sometimes we use the innermost lane, which is not supposed to be the case, is because you see this manganya, these matatus. All these matatus are using this as a bus stop, which creates a lot of traffic. Actually, if in Nairobi people, drive properly, the traffic madness would reduce to almost half. Yes, trust me. Just by discipline on the road. Look at this matatu is stopping by to look. You just saw what happened. To onboard a passenger. So we're exiting this service lane and we're heading straight to the main road. We are still on Outer Ring Road.
But you are not allowed to drive more than 70 miles an hour. So as I want to overtake this car, this van in front of me, but there is another van on my side here, and I cannot overtake on the left because that is called a hard shoulder. That side, that little road you can see on the left, is used for cars which are broken down. So you are not supposed to use that road at all, unless you break down and you stop there. So I'm gonna check mirrors and I'm gonna signal, and I'm gonna increase my speed a little bit. As you can see, nobody is cutting everywhere. People are just using their lane according to the speed that they are doing. The cars, all the lorries, they are supposed to use the left lane. Unless they are overtaking, they can use the middle lane. But lorries are not supposed to use the right lane at all. And the maximum speed a lorry is supposed to drive on this motorway is 60 miles an hour. Cars and little vans, they are allowed to drive 70 miles an hour. Another thing we need to understand about the motorway is that it's digitalized. The signs that are there, if you can see further down there, there's a big board.
Joining Thika Road. There's a huge roundabout here. One of the most confusing actually. If you miss one lane, you're on another road. I've actually been caught here once. Before I knew how I was supposed to use this road. So we are heading towards Thika town.
I'll slow down so that you can see the big board, and I'll go back to the left because my speed is a little bit slow. This board here is a digital board. If something happens in front there's a debris, there's an accident, that one senses. It takes, because it got cameras, it sees that there's something, then it reduces the speed. It says there you have to reduce the speed to 50, 60, or 40, depending on the flow of traffic or what has happened. Trust me, they close the whole road, especially if there is a fatality. They close the whole road, and you have to, the police will organize how you're gonna get to wherever you're going. Sometimes they will turn you around on the motorway when it's safe to do so.
If you look at this, if we had used the outermost lane and wanted to connect back to this road, yeah, you see a policeman here, he'd definitely be caught. So guys, just look at this. This is not a bus stop, and you have matatus already parked. Actually, there's a policeman here, and just ahead of the policeman there's matatu parked in a very wrong area actually.
As you can see now, we're going to Swindon, and we can say 1 mile is junction 16 to go to Swindon. As I said, on this big board, they must write something on it, depending on what is happening ahead. Now, according to this board, it's telling you how many minutes you have to go to. Junction 19, 26 minutes, junction 20, 30 minutes, so that you can plan yourself and you know exactly how long it will take. So far, so good. We haven't seen somebody undertaking. Undertaking is when you overtake on this side. Overtaking is when you overtake on the right, because you have to overtake on the right.
So we are joining the Thika Road from the service lane. And in Kenya, I saw Abraham say that the trucks are using the outermost lane. Huh? In Kenya, it says keep left unless overtaking. So, and the farther the lanes, one of the most annoying thing in Kenya is we are supposed to be on the second or the third lane, especially the farthest most lane, this side, yes, where we are heading right now. If you have the peak speed. But you'd find trucks on this lane, matatus on this lane, and that gets to show you basically how some people acquired their DL, and sometimes it makes sense to break some of those rules, especially if you have some of the other lanes blocked. But it's really annoying every time that you have to be zigzagging the road, because some of the slowest people are on the outermost, in the innermost lanes. Sorry, in the innermost lanes.
And that is exactly how you use the motorway. Because we are coming off, I'm gonna stay on this lane. I'm not gonna get very close to this car. I'm gonna see the 3 stripes. You can see the blue sign there with the 3 white stripes diagonal. That's when I'm gonna check my mirrors and signal. Then 2 stripes. I'm not gonna reduce my speed too much. Then I'm gonna come off, and I must go where the arrow is when I'm coming off. Where I can see the arrow on the floor, that's when I go. And because I'm turning right, I'm gonna check my mirrors, stay on the right lane, which says Swindon. Then here, I'm gonna take the right lane, which says Swindon.
And one thing I've realized, because I used bypass, Southern bypass, now Thika Road. Most of these roads right now are really under renovation, and that is something quite positive as well. You can see the metal barriers are right now being painted, so it's a positive thing. So guys, you can see there's a matatu on the innermost lane doing around 80 kilometers per hour. This guy should be on the at most second outermost lane, but where is he now?
We can use both of them because both of them say Swindon, but I want to take the right lane so that I explain nicely. And I'll stick to my lane. As you can see, the guy in front of me coming off a little bit. I don't know whether you have seen that, which is not very good. So as I've said, nowhere that we can say is perfect. Some people just drive aimlessly, dangerously, which we're not supposed to do. So as you can see, everybody is driving nicely, using their lane. And in front of us, I can see that this lane is closed. And that's why everybody is going to the left. Look, it's nice and clear. People are just queuing on one side. There is no one trying to overtake me here. So people don't just overtake. There is a discipline. It's called lane discipline. So here, we're gonna go left, check mirrors and signal. We're just going on the left. This is a slip road. As you can see, there's some hash markings on the left, so I don't need to stop.
Kasarani roundabout here, TRM. We still have so many police on this road. Traffic police, I mean. Just look at what people are doing on the the innermost lane should always lead. What is it? So, yeah. The innermost lane, people using the innermost lane should not go towards Kasarani, the other side. But that is what matatus don't know or don't respect.
Now carry on. There are 2 lanes here. The right lane is for overtaking. People do not just drive on the right unless they're overtaking. Some countries, people drive everywhere. They drive on either lanes. I'm not going to mention the countries, but they know themselves. And we are going to slow down and go ahead at this junction here, at this roundabout here. and this road is 40 miles an hour. You can see it's written on the lamppost there. The road is a little bit wide, and the car in front of me is a driving school car, and it's doing a decent speed, although it's doing a little bit slow. And we go to the next roundabout. Now here we're approaching a roundabout. As you can see, the cars that are coming, they don't drive too crazily, they're just nice and slow. When we are turning right, third exit. Oh yeah, stay on the right lane, stay on the left of the right. The lights are green, so I'm gonna carry on. I'm gonna take the middle lane. Nobody is cutting me on the side. Stick to the left lane and follow the traffic. So this one, as you can see, one of the lanes is shut.
One thing I can say is it's not that Kenyans don't know traffic rules or they don't exist. It's just ignorance, or people conform to what they see. You know, if you have people like Matatu or motorcycles just doing whatever they want, they do this. With time, people just adapt to it. Like, okay, whatever you learned in school, keep it aside. This is the reality, and it's one of the most unfortunate things. And I strongly don't like the fact that we have to have traffic police on the road every time. It's one of the most annoying things. Let's have lights on, and we have them. Let's have cameras everywhere, and if you break any law, there's a charge, there's a fine to your car, so that we don't give so much power or so much work to police, traffic police. Because with that, try imagine a matatu every day. The owner of the matatu gets fined 3,000 for breaking rules for the whole day. I don't know. I strongly believe it wouldn't take 3 days before the madness ends. So, and these are some of the things that we need to push to avoid, you know, things that won't work. You know, having a police, following traffic rules when you see a police, it's not scalable. So let's do what is important, and yeah, what we say. And as I said, look at the metal barriers. Right now, a lot of the roads are under renovation, which is a very good thing.
That is, the left lane is shut. But because it's such a long dual carriageway, people use both lanes until you get closer to where you have to go to the right. There are only 2 lanes here, so people are disciplined, drivers are disciplined. Nobody is like cutting in the middle or trying to go on the grass. As you can see, the side of the road is nice and neat. Some countries, people drive on the grass and they try and overtake and overlap and everything. But here, you cannot do that. If you do that, of course you're going to be reported, because all these cars, they got dash cams, most of them. And they got cameras at the roundabouts, and the police will get you. They will get you, definitely. And because they have as I said, they have the number plate registration, recognition, they just come to your address and they'll give you the clip of what you did, and they'll fine you accordingly. I'll be talking more about the fines that we get here when you lose your license, when you can just be told to go and do a course because of the mistake that you have done. But basically, when you have your license, you got like 12 points on it. Every mistake you do, they take 3 points. If they take all your points, then they get rid of your license. You have to give it back and you have to do the test again. We do theory test here, and we do practical test. Theory test, you do it on a computer, is ABCD questions. Then practical test is when an examiner takes you to a test, and it takes about 40 to 45 minutes on the road. They have to take you to all kind of roads, roundabouts, dual carriageways, in the estates when you're meeting all parked cars, so that they can see whether you have the skills required to drive in different kind of roads, so that you get your license. Some countries, people drive for just 2 minutes and they get the license on a straight line. Okay, I said some countries, people drive on a straight line for 3 minutes and they're given the license. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, but I think it is very important for another body, which is the highway body, the people who are responsible on the roads. Like here we call them the DVSA. They should make sure, and here they do make sure, that you can drive on different kind of roads and different conditions of road, different speed on the road, so that you're competent. Some other countries, people just learn it on a table or theoretically, then they go on the road, they drive for a little straight line, then they get their license. And when they go on normal driving and they meet different kind of situations, they are not aware how to handle those situations. They don't have the awareness and planning of different situations. And that's why a lot of accidents happen, because this person has not actually driven on the roads. They have been driving just on a straight line for a few minutes. Here in this country, if you have never driven at all, the minimum hours you would drive or you'll be taught how to drive is 40 hours. And you have to pass the theory test so that you can be able to do the practical test. Now, because my road is blocked on the right, on the left, I have to go on the right. I'll check mirrors and signal. And people are very courteous. As you can see, the car on my side here is giving me way. It's letting me to slip in there. So there is no harassing other people. It's just courtesy. As I was saying, that if you're a new driver, you must take 40 hours minimum, depending on how quickly you learn. And if you have been driving into your country, then here I only teach you how to be a safe driver and a driver under full control. Cut. Before, I think it is very important to teach people how to drive safely before we allow them to go on the road. The reason I'm saying this is I've seen it practically. Being raised up in Kenya, I was born in Kenya, coming to England, been teaching for more than 6 years on the roads, and also using these roads for more than 23 years. I know how safe it is to drive here. And when I go to Kenya, or when I come to Kenya, I know how safe it is. Some places, it depends on where you're driving in Kenya. Some places are reasonably safe. I'm not gonna say it's not safe. Some places a little bit not very safe when you're driving, because people don't use the rules are there, but people don't use the rules, and everybody blames the authority. But personally, I think it's not about the authority. I think it is me and you to make sure our roads are safe. But the reason comes, the reason why these places are not safe is because the drivers are not trained properly how to drive on the road. Because you cannot teach someone how to drive just a few hours, like 5 hours, 10 hours, then you tell them that they have passed their test. It's not just about the theory, teaching people on the table. It's about doing it practically. When we do it practically for a little bit more hours, then it will help for people to be safe. Because driving is about getting used to the car, getting it to natural. That is second nature, that you don't have to think when you're driving too much. You don't have to think about gears. You don't have to think about, am I steering too much or not? You're used to it. But in my country, I'm talking about Kenya because that is where I know. People get the experience when they get on the road. Even here, people get experience when they get on the road. But here is different because people learn. They go on the road for more hours. As I said, 40 hours is the minimum. You can be on the road, driving with a driving instructor. Okay, then my friend Afrikan Traveller. So as we put this video up here, so that we can be able to help our people both in London, United Kingdom, and in Kenya, is to make sure we are safe on the road. So next video that I'm gonna make, I'm going to explain how old you're supposed to be to start learning how to drive. What do you require to do so that you can start to learn how to drive? And also, I am going to explain about the tests that you're supposed to do and when you should do them. And I'm also going to show a little bit of a tip of how a lesson starts. When I go to a student, what we start, how we talk. If one of the students allows me to record them, I'm definitely going to record them so that you can hear me in real action and see how we teach. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.